Okay, in today's lecture, we will be taking a look of a very famous Python module that is called Matplotlib. So it is basically an open source visualization library for the Python programming language and widely used for static, animated, and interactive plots. In this particular demonstration and the rest of all demonstration regarding this particular module, we will be studying only the static, you can say, visualizations. We will not be dealing with the animative and interactive plots. However, it performs a wide range of visualization tasks, including creating basic plots such as line, bar, and scatter plots, customization plots with labels, titles, legends, and color schemes. We can also adjust figure size, layout, aspect ratios. We can save the plots in various formats like PNG, PDF, and SVG. And we can also combine multiple plots into subplots for better data representations, and interactive plots can also be created using the widget module and so on and so forth. So now talking about the very simple version of the Matplotlib, that is the line plot. So in order to create a line plot, we will be using a very simple method, that is the plot method in Python, and PLT is basically the Matplotlib library. Okay, the syntax will be very simple. We'll be using the module name followed by the method of that particular module, and then we will have a very limited number of arguments in this case, which is mandatory, that is the value of x coordinate and y coordinate. But in most cases we don't have a single value. What we do is that we will provide a sequence of x coordinates and similarly sequence of y coordinates, but the sequence of y coordinates should always be equal to the same length as the x. As an example, this can be a simple list, or these sequences can be the simple list, or they can also be the numpy array, and many other examples. This can also be the you can say pandas data frame numbers, or data from the pandas data frame. Other parameters of this particular methods are the color parameters, in which we can set the color for choice. We can also decide the thickness of this particular line is the in the line plot, and we can also select the line style, that is the dashed line or solid line or similar sort of things. We can also set the marker symbol and marker size, label, and alpha. Alpha is basically the transparency of that line. By default it is 0.7. So now taking a look of a very simple example, but before going to example, I would like to clear all the previous outputs. Okay, so this particular example, what we are doing here is that first we are importing the matplotlib library, and then matplotlib module, and then the pyplot, you can say sort of a class, and we are giving it a simple and short name, that is the PLT. We are also importing the numpy module as numpy np. First of all, we will create a sequence. In this particular example, we are creating a sequence with the help of the numpy, and this will be basically an array containing 4 integer numbers. Similarly, we are creating another sequence from the existing sequence x by multiplying it with 2 as a result. The resultant numpy array will contain values of 2, 4, 6, and 8 respectively. Now we will call the plot method, and we will provide the sequence of x coordinates and the sequence of y coordinates. And what will this function do is that it will create a solid line. Solid line is the choice by default in the plot, and plt.show basically renders the plot and shows us the plot in the output. So now executing this code. So now as you can see, we got the output. So this is basically the solid line, and its color is by default blue. So if we an example, take a look of this particular point. So it says that at this particular point the value of the value is the on the x-axis is the 1 and on the y-axis is 2. Similarly, we have subsequent values as 1 here. The value is 1.5 and 3, and we can get the a lot more values as much as we want. Okay, so now taking this example a little further, by uh, calling the method xlabel. So by using this example, by assigning a label to the x-axis, let's say this is the price in dollars, and the y label is actually the amount of toffees. You can say quantity of, or simply you can say toffees. Okay, and price. So I am giving this particular plot the title as the price of toffees in dollars. Okay, so now after execute this particular code, we will now see the title right on above of this plot, and then we can also get the x-axis label, and we are also getting the y-axis label as well. So this is how you can set the x label, y label, and the title of the this particular plot. Now taking it a little more further, what we can do is we can see that this figure is way too big. Just in case if you want to adjust the output size of this figure, what we can do is that we can take the help of this particular method, that is the figure, and within the small bracket we can specify the parameter fixed size is equal to 6. Is basically the size of the you can say the width of the figure, and 3 is the height of the figure. So we are adjusting the height and width of the figure as per our choice. Secondly, what we are doing that in the plot method, while we are specifying x and y values, which is basically a sequence. In this particular example, the sequence is the simple list. So this is the first list, and this is the second list. So the first list will act as the values on the x-axis, and the second list will be placed or used for the values for the y-axis. Now we are using one more parameter here, which is the marker. When we are setting the marker is equal to O, and this O is alternate to the symbol of the circle, and the default line style is the solid line. So this minus symbol is manipulated is the solid line. Okay, so there are a lot more options in the lines, that is the dash and dotted line, and this is used for the dotted line, and this symbol here is used for the dash line. However, for instance, let's suppose we are using a dash line. Okay, we also are using the x label as the price in dollars, and y-axis is the toffees, or you can say quantity of toffees. Okay, so again we are setting the title as the price of toffees in dollars. Okay, now one more thing we are doing is that we want to enable the grid in the output. We can also write the true here, but it is not mandatory. If we just write the grid and leave the argument as non-argument, even then it will work. But if we write true, even then it's the same thing. So now executing this code, what we get here is that we are getting the same x label and y axis label and the title of this particular plot as we specified here. Moreover, now we can see the figure size has been uh, adjusted as per our choice. We set the width of this figure as 6 and length or height of this figure as 3. So now this figure is much readable and the size is much smaller as compared to the default size, which is most probably 6 by 6, I guess. Moreover, by using the line style as the dotted line, what we can see here is that instead of the solid line, we can see a dotted line, and those circle hairs are basically the marker here, and we can also set the size of this marker, so on and so forth. So let's try some other line shapes. So if you want a dotted line, we will specify full colon here, and the resultant line will now be a dotted line. And if we want a dash dotted line, first we have to put dash and then a dot. The resultant line will be a dash dotted line. So this is how we can select the line style as per our choice. Now there are for the marker we have variety of options. So the marker parameter can have a simple dot, and which is the point marker, and then we have the pixel marker. Small o will be used for the circle marker, and small v will be used for the triangle down and triangle up. As an example, if I specify v, then we will get the marker as triangle, but its direction will be downside. Okay, so now you can see that the markers are the down triangle as we have specified v. So there are some more options. This is the triangle up, triangle left, triangle right, and similarly we can use 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the triangles and their corresponding directions. S is used for the square. Pentagon can be used by small p, and static will be used as it is as a star. H will be used for hexagon 1, capital H for hexagon 2, plus sign, cross sign, diamond marker, and horizontal line, and so on and so forth. So there are a variety of options in which you can pick and choose for the marker symbol. So as we already know that we can also set the marker size as well. By default the marker size is 8, I suppose, and we can also set the width of the line. So there are the things you can try by your own. Okay, now what if we want to create multiple line charts using the Matplotlib library? So now everything is the same. So what we are doing here is that we are creating the first line, and we are setting the label is equal to first plot. We may not use it right now, we may not see it in the first output. Okay, and then x label as x1 axis as an example. Y1 axis, this is the first chart, and pl dot show will actually shows the chart in the output. And as we call this particular method here, that is the figure. So this basically creates a new independent figure, and each and every method works on its own. So as an example, we are creating new coordinates, that is the x coordinate, y coordinate, and providing it as input to the plot method, and then we are setting the line style as the dash and dotted, and label is equal to second plot. Similarly, we are creating x label as x2 axis, y2 axis, and this is the second chart as the title for the second plot. Now executing this particular code, what we will get basically two charts. The first chart, this is the first chart, and similarly this is the second chart. Now just in case if you want both charts to be exactly the same, as an example, I want these two lines exactly to be on the same chart without having only different charts or different plots. What we can do is here that by using exact the same strategy, first of all we are setting the figure size to 6 and 3 so that we could see the whole figure in one screen. Secondly, what we are doing is there we are creating the x and y axis sequences for the first line. So now we are using the plot method, and this method will create a first line on the output or on the plot, and we are setting its marker as the circles and label as trophies. So now by not calling the plt.figure, what we are specifying here is that we do not want to create another figure here, and we want to embed this second line on the same plot. So now we are calling a plot function, oh sorry, plot method. So what it is doing is that it is doing the same thing, creating a line on the plot. This time we want a different sort of marker, that is the triangle with in the direction towards down. And now line style is the dashed line, and for the first one I want to change the line style as the dotted line so that we could clearly see the difference between the two lines. So this will be a dotted line and second one will be the dashed line, and the label for the second one is the chocolates. So now x label is the dollars and y label is the quantity. So this is basically a dummy example, so I have set these values or these strings as on my own. And the overall title for the plot will be price comparison of toffees versus chocolates. And by enabling the legend, we will be able to see a small triangular box in which it will show that what is the manipulation of the dotted line and what is the manipulation of the dashed line. So now by executing this code, we will also enable the grid here. So now by executing this code, we will see that we have two lines. The first one is the dotted line and the second one is the dashed line. So the small triangle on the top left corner is called as the legend. So legends tell us the manipulation of the two lines. So the circular dotted blue line refers to the toffees, and the downward angle marker orange dash line refers to the chocolates. So now we can see the two lines on the same plot. So this is it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much.